Hey everybody, this is Alzorath, and welcome to an incremental game that is also a platformer, IGTAP. It is what it says on the tin. It is a platformer that is also an incremental game. So we're going to go ahead and start the demo. We're going to try this out. We're going to see if it's any good. I do notice this is actually my second time launching it. Normally there's controls on the screen here. The reason this is my second time launching it is because, unfortunately, BattleNet decided it wanted to hijack my controller. Basically, well, not hijack my controller, hijack the inputs from my controller. And while I was hopping around testing out the controls, it decided, oh, you're going to change language? No. Please, God, no. I don't anticipate doing that. But this is a platformer. I see you there, Spike. So this is a platformer. Let's go ahead and get a little bit more reward. But the goal, as you can tell on this one, is to get better at platforming. I am actually really bad at platforming. So we just kind of have to do what we can with what we got and go through it. Now, the reason it's an incremental game, I'm trying to get enough resources to show this off because, yeah, this is about as far as I got in it, is that we want to get enough to get a clone, and I'll show you what the clone do. What that clone do? It do this. So, yeah, it's a little slow, but it now earns money for us as it gets through that little thing there. Oh, we cut our time down a little bit. I would like to get it below 5 seconds, and it uses that was wrong. It uses whatever the fastest route was. There we go. Now we got it below 5 seconds. I am going to go ahead and do one more route in here because I actually want more clones. Clones are just a multiplier on the resource. Oop, okay. I am a Dumas. Okay, apparently walking into the side of it is enough to cause that problem as well. That was a long one, but we got 10, so we got more of that, and we're going to go increase our base reward. Now, what happens is we want to get as many little clone guys as possible. Obviously, right now, they're not earning much because, yeah, they only earn 4 right now. They earn 0.4, sorry, because the clone reward multiplier is 0.1. Now, obviously, as we get better times and get more resources towards our little bit of growth here, I need to not be pressing over quite as much as I am on that one. But as we get more of this stuff, we can start getting more and more clones, which means that we start getting more and more money. Obviously, I do want to do this one several times. We're going to do each of the little platforming puzzles several times. And we're probably going to come back to them to get faster paths as we get more movement tech. Because this is a platformer. Of course, there's going to be blasted movement tech. And I also kind of figured that because, you know, there's literally a wall jump right there. So let's go ahead and get more bodies running through. And we'll get a little bit more per thing. So right now, it's every 2 of them gets us 1 watt. I'm assuming that's what W stands for. So we are just generating resources as quickly as possible, and I'm going to keep hopping through this to try and get as many clones as possible. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get below 4.5, especially if I keep doing crap like that. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get below 4.5 without the wall jump. But we can try it. Yeah, 4.76, it's whatever. Let's go ahead and get some more clones. And get some more resources going up. If we can get it up to 10, we're going to get 1 for each of these going through. So that's going to start escalating our resources quite a bit. Now, they will just take our fastest route. So if we keep getting kind of mediocre routes, it's not going to reset them. And I do like that it does this little bit of a fade whenever you are near them, but it doesn't remove the tracking of them going through. So what? Oh, we actually got a better time there. So it reset them all. Oh no, whatever will we do besides get more clones? If we can get this up to probably 10, we can start just relying on that to get a decent amount of income. Because now each one that gets through is going to get 1 watt. So the more clones we get, the faster they're going to just kind of churn through and get us all the resources we want. 39 watts for the next one is a little bit high. I suppose I could go help them. I could go hop through. Do I really want to? Or am I just wasting time until it gets up to 39? There we go. Now, as far as secrets, for some reason, I feel there's going to be a secret on the other side of this. And there is, like, these are blue spikes, and they've got little tubes running to them. Whereas over here, we have a gray spikes. So it leads me to believe that we might have some way to make it so that we end up with some way to turn off and on spikes, and that might be a mechanic that we have to do later. So I think I'm gonna get a faster time. Oh, we got 4.5, just exactly. Now, me going through this is probably going to be for good. So every 4.5 seconds, we get 1 watt from these little guys. Of course, we actually get, how many clones do we have? 11 clones? So yeah, every 4.5 seconds, we get 11 watts. Now, which one do I actually want to bump? I think we want more clones just to like get more per every increment of time. Obviously, this increases how much we get by getting more in here, but at the same time, this is a multiplier. This is just an incremental up. So now these are just going to get kind of expensive, but now we should be able to get this up to maybe 20 in a reasonable amount of time. Now, once we get wall jump, we can actually get up out and out of here, and we could also speed up this time just a little bit to actually get more resources. I think I can actually jump up high enough to... Yeah, I can get up high enough to touch that wall. I can touch the wall. So now they're getting us 2 per, I believe. Although it is still just incrementing up by 1s, which kind of throws me off just a little bit. Maybe... I don't know. Maybe we need to take it just a little bit higher? Can take you higher. Not gonna break into song, don't worry. You'll be fine. It's not gonna torment your soul any more than, you know, watching these long, relaxing videos do already. And yes, I like having the longer videos on here. I might eventually do some like edited videos on yet another channel. Yeah, because I don't have enough channels already. But no, I might do some like edited down versions of these eventually. Just so that people can watch them and ingest them smaller, but I do want to keep the complete unedited versions out as well, because I think that overall does better for us whenever we're trying to describe how the games actually roll. So do I want to keep going up on this, or do I want more clones? I think I want more clones. Obviously, we want enough of them that we are just churning through resources so quickly that it's not even an issue. I could just walk away and let them build up and just easily have enough for unlock wall jump in several minutes. But I'm not sure whether that's necessarily the intended path on this. Yeah, there we go. Now we don't even have to go over there and do this. We could. I could come over here and get like a 30 watt. Yomp. There we go. Just to boost things up and get yet another clone. As you can see, they're starting to build up just a steady stream of dudes, and this is going to be our base income. This is going to be helping us get through stuff. We're 3 each now. So we're going to be churning through and getting enough for more clones. I want as many clones as possible. With the base reward, I don't think is going to really do much for us on this one. It does boost the amount they give us, but since the clone reward is only a 0.1 multiplier, I don't think that actually does a whole lot for us. And I do wonder what this is, because this feels like it's going to be something. Because it's connected to the little blue cables and stuff like that. Do we save up for the 700? Let's go ahead and just do some jumps and just get the 700 so we can start climbing up walls and possibly get a faster time over here. And it does not just like inject 30, it does a delivery of 30, it seems. So we want to get up to, oh geez. Yeah, it helps if you land before you try to jump the second time, Alzorath. And this should result in us, yeah, we already have enough, and we just are going to go bloop. Now we got the wall jump. So I want to see. There we go. That's going to boost up the speed there. 2.9. So now our income should be astronomically higher, because now they're not having to do all the jumps on the other side. And I like that it just copies your last one. So let's go ahead and get as many resources as we can going on this. Do we want to wait for this to be usable, or do we want to go start getting a second set of ones going? I think we're going to get a second set of ones going. Chupa. And yeah, we're seeing all these blue tubes. Boop. Yeah, I know how to platform a little bit. Okay, 1 times base reward. Oh, 800 watts. And a lot more sketchy of an area. Ooh, lordy. Okay, so we can get there. That was me being a Dumas. I get to this one. I am not great at platformers until I've played them for a while. I am definitely not warmed up on this one. So we're just going to try and get one going through. Oop, almost just fell down to the beginning. 32 seconds. Let's go ahead and get a clone or two going. So now we have one doing that 30 some odd second flow through. Obviously, we can get... Oh, this one actually has the multipliers. So this one might actually be worth investing in a little bit. But as these complete, we should be getting about, what, 80 from it? So we can save up the kilowatts for the extra ones there. We can do that. And also, we got a dash there. So I'm thinking, if there is a way to unlock secret stuff, it's going to involve a dash off of there to maybe even like a higher place. Get more dash going. But I want to get as many resources going down here. Just kind of help us out. This one's obviously not giving us a ton, but that little bit of just bonk right there is pretty solid. Better than nothing. And obviously, now I have to get all the way back up there. So there is a bit of a detriment to going back to places. Although, thankfully, it doesn't feel like the jumping spots are terrible for moving through. Do I want to get more clones, or do I want to save up for 3.8k to get this reward multiplier up? I think I want to get that reward multiplier up. So I know I don't have the ability to get through super fast, but... And no, I don't know if going back and forth is faster. And I am so afraid of that little platform over there on the right. And we got a little bit better. We got 20 seconds there. So that gets us a little bit closer to this. I think I am going to save up for the clone reward multiplier, because I'm pretty sure that's going to boost this up from 80 to 160 per clone run, which is going to be a big one for us. Whereas another clone is only going to just give us basically a 50% boost over what we're getting right now. We already did get them going a little bit faster there. I could go down and grab the other ones, but I think this is going to be the one we grab. And I think we just wait for it. I could do another run, and that would actually put me up to how much we need for that. You know what? Let's try for a better one. And go there. Jump. Jump. Did we get better? Nope. Well, actually, yeah, we did. We got slightly better. Let's go and get the clone reward. Yeah, that boosts us up to basically twice as much for the clone guys. So we'll go ahead and get another clone as well. I wish this showed our basic income per second kind of situation. I think that would be advantageous and interesting to see how we're kind of flexing on that. Because we could also see, hey, is it worth coming back down here for these improvements? Yes, no, and it apparently only works for the one little platform thing. So this one's not getting the clone reward multipliers, and that's kind of sad. Would have loved that being a little bit higher. Okay, so 41 times is the best there. What's our limit on number of clones? Yeah, we're going to do this run and see if we can get... Oh, not like that, we're not. Okay, so slightly faster there. This is going to get us more clones down here, and this is going to boost our income. This all adds up. In incremental games, getting these low-level ones can sometimes end up with you getting bonuses later on, possibly even impacting prestiges and stuff like that. So ignoring your low-level stuff is not always the ideal option. So I'm going to continue boosting this one as well. There we go. We got 30 clones over here. I think I'll take this one until it's max. Don't know how much that's going to require, but it looks like it's zipping along. I have a feeling we're getting close to max. Close to a beta max. Oh, brother. Yeah, I make bad jokes because that's what I do. It is part of the criteria of being a YouTuber, is you have to make horribly corny puns. Okay, can I make this in a relatively quick and smooth motion? Probably not. No, we got faster. 1846. And it is worth a decent amount. Now, this is 9.6 for the next increment, so that's going to bring us up to 3 times base, but it's only going to be a 50% improvement. This is absolutely... It's a 400. So that's even less, but it's very, very cheap. 50% extra gain watts on global for 55 kilowatts. I don't think we have the patience to wait for that right this second. And you can see whenever they go through there, we get that little surge here. So it is a significant amount of resources for each one that goes through. So let's go ahead and get some more of these guys. And then get some more base income going. And I want to see how much that's going to be. It's a few hundred. So yeah, we just need to get our income flowing up fast enough that we can actually justify coming to get this one. Because right now it's 2.4K, which if we did that run a few times, it would be enough to actually be good. I am going to go ahead and check down here because I think the next one is right around a kilowatt. Yeah, it's right around a kilowatt for this. So that's going to get us closer to maxing this out. Yes, I am very concerned about maxing out the thing down here so I don't ever have to return. There we go. Now we don't ever have to return to this. I can just check over here. And it does look like, I don't know if eventually we'll be approaching from the left or something. I do find the little, like, Roman gods kind of posing there, or noble posing on that to be quite funny. Now, if we can get this up to 0.9 added to it, so basically, what, level 10 or so on this, they're basically going to be making as much as us on a run, which is where I would really like them to be. Right now, they get, what, 1,200, I believe, per run? Which obviously they're doing 8 runs for every one that I can do, so I can only add so much. Can almost make it that one hop on the right in one. There we go. 1878. Not quite as good, but hey, here's another clone multiplier. So that gets it up to, I believe, 1,600, roughly, per clone run. And yeah, as we're increasing this, that's just going to help boost it even more. So yeah, we'll get that up to 6. Obviously, I think I want to wait for more clones and more clone reward multipliers. That is 44K, though. So yeah, we should probably be focusing in on getting these going. So that's up to 7.2. So that's going to be 0.4 times 8 is what, 3,200 roughly, give or take, per run through. So now that we have 13 clones going at 20 seconds each, so that's, we could sit here and calculate how much per minute that is if we really, really wanted to. Do I seem like somebody who really wants to calculate how many per minute we're getting right there? Don't think so. My brain, whenever I'm recording, usually my brain is scattered on like 12 different things. Like, I'm also thinking about, like, what day am I going to release this? What other things do I have under embargo? What do I have to do? Yada, 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 all the way down the list. So, and we're going to wait to grab this one, because I think we're going to be able to get this relatively quick. And it's going to be the bigger jump. Oh, we can get that multiple times. Nice, but it's very expensive. But yeah, I am usually thinking about like 20 different things while I'm recording, and what's coming out of my mouth is just the current concerns on screen, if that makes sense. So yeah, they're getting way more money than we could with way less stress, so right now we're getting 8.4K from that per run through. I think I'm going to go for another clone reward multiplier so we can get this kind of zipping up a little bit faster. I am looking forward to getting the extra watts, though. Okay, so that's 0.6. We're going to get some more clones. I do want to see how they're doing down there while that's building up some more resources for us. I just want to come down here and see if this changed at all. No, these are still capped. 62 watts per, and yeah. It's still getting us some money down there. I wouldn't be surprised if there is eventually like a prestige or some kind of other upgrade further down the line that allows us to either upgrade that further or allows us to get some wild stuff. Let's go ahead and grab you. So that's doubling our income, I think. And I think we want to keep boosting this. That just gets us way more mileage whenever we're sitting here just bumping this. Because now we're at 0.7 times for each run they go through. And these are coming very quickly now. So I think once we get the dash, we'll be able to go to the next area. Because I think... next area, judging by how it's been going, is probably up here. Because there's a dash up there. What are you? You look like you should be important. Oh, there is something down there. We can't get to it yet. Maybe it's something we have to dash through. Always on the lookout for more places to go. Sorry, but that's just how it is. Okay, so we got that. Some more multipliers, some more clones, some more coffee. For those of you wondering, yes, I live on coffee and coffee alone. If you have blood in your coffee system, you're doing something wrong. And obviously, if I'm going to sit here and like let it charge up kilowatts and whatever, I might just be like, okay, I'll be right back in a minute and go get some coffee. Obviously, I will cut for that. Because nobody wants to sit there and just listen to dead air. So that's 1.48 megawatts. 8.8 gigawatts or whatever it's called. That's 42. So they're getting almost 35. So it's probably what? Let's see, 36 times 9 is 27 plus 54. So that's going to be 224. So that's about... isn't that 224? I'm probably not doing the math right in my head. I think it is. 54 plus 27. Yeah, that's... no, it's 324. So it's 32.4 kilowatts. I eventually get there. It's just I have to turn off all the other brain paths to be like, okay, do math, Alzorath. You have to realize how long it's been since I've had to do math in my head. I think that's true of a lot of people, though. Which is not a good thing. Being able to do math in your head is actually a good skill to have. So there's the 1.0 multiplier. So I think we can do that one in our head. Guess what? They're getting 36.8. So now we have the max clones. So do we save up for the dash first or just get this other clone first? I think we get the other clone reward multiplier first. Make it so they earn even more than us. They're making their way through. Just at a steady little pace there. Obviously, it's going to take them a while to do megawatts. Actually, I think I am going to get dash before I get the clone reward multiplier. That way we can explore that spot on the right while they're building up the resources for us to buy this one. 35 clones is the max we can have, though. Interesting. Yeah, and that's only, what, 30,000 watts short of this one. So, yeah, we might as well just grab this right away. So now we have a dash. So let's see if we can actually get down here. I know that we're supposed to go up, because you can tell that from the aboves. Okay, so we want to go... okay. Well, we can make that. Okay, I think I see how we're supposed to get down there. I didn't see what was over there on the left, though. So let's go ahead and go down this wall. We need to save our dash. Yeah, I think we need to save our dash through that, because we need to be able to dash across. The dying on the spikes from the side is just painful. Game? Can you not? Yeah, getting through that one is going to be the challenge. I just want to see what's on the left. Oh, gain 50% more on each. Okay, so I think we're going to need a double jump to get that. I'm going to go ahead and get this doubled up. Oh, we can't squeeze through there? Ew, butt nugs. There we go. This one's maxed out. So now they have 1.1 times for everything. So our journey up here is going to involve what? We jump high enough for that? Yes, we do. I think we just walked on those spikes. Okay, so we don't need to go back down for anything that I'm aware of. Looks like we've got another little spike trap to deal with. That one also looks like it's going to need a double jump, because if we dash through, we're just going to hit those spikes. Speaking of midair jumps, there's our double jump. What do we have over here? Awaken the statue's power and maximum clone speed tier. No idea what that does. And this looks like where we'd be able to jump off over onto the far left. Because there's that just opening over there on the left of it. At least that's what I am thinking it's going to have. Okay, speed increase chance. We're going to go ahead and grab a clone and a base reward or two. Wonder why some parts of the spikes are darker than others. Oh, that didn't work. And there's also something just sticking out of the wall there. Okay. Okay, so that's the way to get through that. That comes off of there. And there is a blue wall right there, which is very strange. Oh, come on, game. That is a jerky spot to put that. We're going to have such a long time through this one. Oh, come on. Yeah, the hitboxes on these spikes are kind of egregious. Seriously? Did not even see that one there. 70 seconds. Ew. Ew. Let's go and get some more clones going through that. And we're going to have to rebuild our clone rewards. No! They're 12 point some odd mil each, too. I'm going to try and get a faster time on that. Over a minute per go is just meh. Okay, so we got that. Oh, bullshit. That was fucking stupid. I don't know why it shot to the right there. I think it's because we did it too early. And this is where we're going to be adding most of the time, because that little spike's hitbox is absolute garbage. Which, if you're curious, hitboxes in games like this are super important. And whenever they start feeling jank, then things start feeling bad. So I do need to be... I'm not terribly irritated at it, but it's definitely one of those things that the more I have to go through this one to actually speed up our time, the more irritated I am going to be about it. Yeah, can't quite make it over to that one in one little hop cycle, unfortunately. So we have to do like that. Which might just be... It might be intentional. It might not be. I don't know. Let's go ahead and go there. Get out of that. and get impaled on the very, very, very large hitboxes. Okay, that one at least didn't jork us a little bit. Okay, so we're gonna wait for another 0.1 multiplier. Mainly because I don't want to get like ragey at the platforming. Which, honestly, it's not that bad at platforming. The hitboxes on the spikes are a little bit on the large side. Although that one, we can just straight up enter and it doesn't do anything. That's a little bit strange. So I think we're gonna go for another clone before we go for another base reward. I want to see how much we get whenever it actually drops through, because it's 11 and it's a 0.3, so that's at least what, 3 mil. That's not that terrible. Yeah, whenever it comes through, that gets us a decent chunk. We could try for this. I think this like doubles their speed or something weird. Okay, so mid-air jump. Can we actually get through anything if we get that? It's gigawatts, though. I'm going to go up here and just check what's up this way. Oh, we actually need that to even go up. Well, butts. Butts and nugs. Let's go and grab you and see if you actually... We should be able to see it. We need more clones going through, but... I think there should be like an indicator that they're sped up. Let's see. Of course, we don't have a lot of clones going through. Yeah, I'll do a run or two myself. Might as well get ourselves a little bit more income. Come on, get up on there, you jerk face. Wow. I am the stupids. See, that one just feels kind of weird considering we can actually go into spikes in other places. And it feels like some of these hitboxes are just like huge. Don't ya know they're just big, my gosh golly gee willikers. We can get another clone multiplier, so that boosts it up to... It's about 4 mil on each one. We probably need to get that a little bit higher so we can actually get... Sorry, megawatts. Get that up to a 10% chance. And it's coming up. As soon as we see one go through, we actually immediately can get just another 9 times base reward. So it's not a big cost. It's just a matter of waiting for them to come through. Obviously, the ones down at the bottom are the ones contributing to the tick amount on that. So it gets us 5 clones going through. 10% chance of them getting a speed boost. Do we actually have any indicator that they're speedy? Don't know. I'm not seeing one so far, but we really do only have a 10% chance of them being speedy. None of them look like they're going particularly quick. Of course, I wasn't going particularly quick myself. Let's go and get some more clones. Figure if we have a 10% chance, more clones means more chances. Yeah, they're just moving through at normal speed. Maybe we need a higher percent chance to actually sit here and witness the changes. Because, yeah, they're all going the same speed right now. Otherwise, they'd be catching up to each other. And does it just change their path, or does it change how fast they move? Might change how fast they move, which would be kind of an interesting thing. Because that also means that for the ghost, they'd actually have to find a way to boost the physics as well. That, or it's just going to take our animation and mimic it. Oh, yep, there's... Okay, you are faster. Good job, bud. So they are getting faster. Let's go and do this. Get them more speed. 1 in 4 should be speedy now. So that means that we should get a decent... I think it's only going to really boost our income over time, because you're not going to have like everyone speeding through. So it's not like, oh, all of a sudden our run speed is half as long for those guys. We can still keep increasing it though. I think I want more clones. Global wattage, we're not going to have enough to really afford that just yet. We could sit here and wait for it, but I don't wanna. Now, I'm slightly curious. What happens if I go through backwards? It doesn't do anything. I was curious. There should be achievements for going through them backwards, in my opinion. So we're up to a 0.5 multiplier. That's 13 megawatts each. Now it's 14. So that should start getting us up to the point where we are just going to start being able to just buy these on the regular as things find their way through. So what we want to be doing is trying to keep these relatively balanced, because frankly, my time on the platforming is just going to be meh. How much was that one thing over here that unlocked the statue? Gigawatts. This one's only megawatts, maximum clone speed tier. Which should be interesting. Let's see. I am going to go... I think we go for clone first, then base. That's going to start getting us up into at least every 2 runs through is going to get us another reward over there. These are getting a little bit expensive, like the clone multipliers, but they are going to be handy. This having a higher percent chance of happening, I don't think is going to give us a short-term benefit. So us trying to like surge through these is not going to be boosted by that, but overall, like over time, it's going to give us the benefit. And you can kind of see whenever the speed ones get going through, you see them kind of double up there at the end. So 125 there. I think base reward is our next pick. Yeah, we'll go with base reward next. I don't think I'm going to sit here and wait for one of the higher ones. Now, sadly, this is not improving anything for our units down at the bottom. I do wonder if there's eventually going to be a way for us to zoom out and actually watch all of them at once. Should be a nice way to be able to tell, like, how each of the machines is going. I do think if we can get this extra jump midair, we can start messing around with the ones further down and get our income really boosted. Getting up to gigawatts is just sheesh. So I guess we go for you. Yeah, generally just going for the cheapest upgrade is not a bad strategy in games like this. Because what'll happen is it's still going to increase it, but obviously if you sit here and do the math, you can sometimes figure out, oh, per cost, this one's going to be the better improvement at this point, yada, 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 and optimize your entire path through. This would be a little bit harder to do that with because you also have to get the platforming speeds down. So if you have like slower speeds, the like individual run rewards are going to be a little bit less useful than if you have faster times. So that's 243 there. Currently getting at 25 megawatts per run, a little bit over, in fact. So every 34 seconds, we should earn about what? 16 times 30 whatever. I'm sorry, 20 whatever. I think we're going to go extra watts. Is now at 66.5, which puts it at 33. Which is a big boost. Come on. There we go. More clone power. This should start getting us to the gigawatts pretty quick now. Now that we're seeing that 50% boost right there. Once we get this next one, it should just zip us into the gigawatts. We could also come down here and save up for this one and see what it do. Because that's actually not that far off. In fact, we're going to do that. We're going to grab this one. We're going to jump off. See where we land. Oh, it didn't take me as far over as I thought it would. So we are seeing the boost to the wattage there. So the global boosts are actually doing stuff. This one's still capped. But we're getting 46 kilowatts per. Yeah, we should be doing pretty good now. Oh, Alzorath. You can do platformers, dumbass. Oh, man. Who would have ever guessed that Metroidvanias are one of the main genres that I actually do enjoy playing? Okay, 50% extra global watts. So it's just a... That's not even like a cost one. It's just get in there and you get this bonus. Okay. So that's going to be the important one. That is, oddly enough, way more expensive than Awaken the Statue's Power, funnily enough. That boosts our income. Let's go and get some more clones before we get the clone reward. Because we're sitting at just over 40 megawatts per, so getting the clone reward multiplier is going to be relatively quick. So the double jump is what's going to get us the accelerated income. We got 50% chance of getting speedy clones. So that's actually gonna be good. We can get more clone reward multipliers. It's gonna take a minute. There we go. Now we should start seeing gigawatts be more regular. I want this one next, because I want to get up to an even 20 clones. There we go. Why? Because I like the even numbers. Unfortunately, a lot of this game is not giving me even numbers. We had 1.1 times multiplier down below. We're going to just ignore that it's there, but rabble rabble. This might kick it over 100. Nope, it did not. But look at each of them go through and just see how much we get on it. Is that not a nice amount of income? So that was a whole bunch of speedy guys all in a row. So if we can get up to 1.62, we'll almost be at that 1 times multiplier. Do I have the patience for it? Or do I have the patience for 2.85? Ooh, an extra 50%. That would definitely push us over the 100. We're going to grab that. Because I do not have this thing called patience all the time. You'd think with incremental games I would, but unfortunately, this is not the case. And yes, we are going until we complete the demo today. I don't think it's going to be terribly long to do that. I don't think it's going to be an awful expedition to get to these extreme amounts. I do wonder if there's eventually going to be an achievement for getting the game without getting these right here, the extra 50%. Everything's just so damn expansive now. Welcome to modern economy. I mean, no, we're not going to go there. That is a whole joke I could go into, but too soon. Too soon. Too soon with the economy as it is. And judging by the audience for the channel, you guys already know this. You guys are of the age that this is very conspicuously there for you. So, I'm going to save up for the extra 50%. It just seems like the better idea with our current earnings. Because when they zip through... Yeah, one more. There we go. 120. I have a feeling there is going to be a hard limit to how far it lets us go with the demo. That's why I said we will finish the demo today. Because generally games like this, they tend to focus in on about an hour or two of gameplay for the demos, and then they bump it up to... whatchamacallits? My brain just completely farted. To about 2 to 4 times that for the release version. At least that's my experience so far. Obviously, I'm not the most well-versed on the incremental games on demos, because they do actually just change over time, but... Oh, I thought that was going to put us over. It didn't. There you go. So we're all up into, like, gigawatts for everything. I think the next one is going to be... It's going to be a while before we can get that. I think we're going to need to save up for this. I don't know what Awakening the Statue's power does, though. It's conspicuous. Because I don't think that's going to be the end of the demo. We actually have a path up there that looks like it should unlock. Because once we get a second jump, we can easily make that path. I do wonder what the little blue thingamaboobers are. Because if we get a way to like trigger those, we would, I think, be able to swap these walls. That's what I'm thinking the blues do. That's my guess, at least. We can get some more clones. Because that's just more per second. So it's 25. Once we get up to 34 clones, that means we're essentially going to be getting through 1 per second. Roughly. Obviously, if I could get it below 30 seconds for this run, we'd be way better off. I think once we get a second jump, we should be able to do that. Because what we would do is we would hop and get up on that wall on the right, and then go up into the hole up there. I think orange indicates optimal path. That's at least my guess. And if we notice, come up here like this, that actually goes through the little blue spot there. That's why I'm thinking the blue things will make those be gone. Whenever we went down below, yeah, that's just what it feels like to me. Now, incremental games do eventually hit walls. Do I think we're going to hit a wall soon? Maybe. I think we've already hit a light wall right here. Just by the fact that we are actually having to stop and wait on these. And that we have a 554 cost one there. I'm going to go for this one next. We're going to save up for it, because I think that's going to cap out. So that'll be 3 capped up here. And obviously, they're going through faster than we ever could right now. Oh, okay, so there's silver and then there's green. Does green mean that it's gotten like a double boost or something? It is faster than the silver ones. So I think we have layered speeds, like this can proc twice or something. I could be wrong. And it looks like we have fans and stuff down below as well. I wonder if we'll be able to get into the walls in the full game. That was not capped. Okay, so they're getting more than we ever could right now. Obviously, I could try to speed up our path through there. But I don't think we're going to be able to do too much until we get up to the extra jump. Come on. Well, this is not going to be our run because I keep getting stuck in that wall. Fuck it. We're going back down. Screw that. I'm not messing with it. Screw you guys. I'm going home. Okay, do we save up for the 11 and waken this guy right away, or do we wait to see if that's something that we probably shouldn't be doing yet? We might save up for 11 and try this one. I just don't know what it's going to do. Maybe it gets rid of the blue wall? I don't know. There were the blue spikes at the beginning, too. So if it gets rid of the blue things, we'd be able to go left at the start. In fact, while we're waiting for that to build up, let's go look at those. Because, yeah, this guy has the blue tubes coming out of him. But do they go all the way down? Although, I don't... Actually, would we be able to? Maybe. Because what we'd want to do is we'd want to get up as high as possible on here. Start over here and then double jump at the little spot right there and hope it pushes us high enough to go over that. Those guys are doing fine. We're obviously not able to do the little side dungeons in these yet. Going through these early areas is getting pretty easy now. And I do like that we can multi-wall jump. It's not limited to one. The dashes are. Yeah, there's another statue. And the tubes are going up this way. Yes, I am trying to connect where the tubes are going. Oh, there is something over there. Interest. Rabble. There is another one over there. Can I get to that? Not really from here. I have boosted all your previous courses. Okay, so we'll go check out the previous courses. Obviously, we can't get to the one... Okay, so we can... Oh, okay. So we just go back to the beginning, finish these off. So those are maxed out. That's going to boost our income quite a bit. So that might be how we're supposed to get up to the... Yeah, that is absolutely how we're supposed to get up to the 500-something gigawatts. Okay. So that's maxed out. So now we can get double jump and get these little side areas. There we go. And I'm slightly curious if there's a way to activate these other little guys. We might... No, we're not going to have enough to get the double jump just yet. When we get up here. We'll be able to get our other stuff improved. But yeah, we're going to need double jump to get that and the one beneath it. I need to actually pay attention to what I'm doing. That's 554 for that. Let's go and get you. Get more clones going through this as quickly as possible. There we go. Now we should be getting, yeah, really solid income. So, can we get that one again? No, it's capped. I have boosted all your previous courses. Well, I've already maxed them out there, bud. Sorry. There's nothing else I can do with that, unfortunately. 554. Do I just wait for it? It might be worth just waiting for it. Yeah, that's a pretty dense pack of them, at least. If we could speed up our path through there, it'd be way better, but... I need double jump to do that, I think. I'm also, before we do that, I'm actually going to get double jump, then I'm going down and I'm going to be trying those little jumping puzzles. Because I think that's going to be pretty significant boost for us, and then we'll go up. and see what I'm guessing, judging by the fact that we have like this big statue boosting everything, I'm guessing this is going to be the last one up above us. Because that feels right about the right length for a demo. And it gives us a good idea of the pathing. I do see ways for them to improve the challenges. Possibly have multiple gates like this in each run. So you'll have like section 1, section 2, section 3 with like a central boost here to all of them. That would be a good improvement. Possibly more modifiers for the dudes. Maybe like have ones be worth more points that you can grab. Stuff like that would be a good addition. Things that are retroactive like this are always a good thing because it makes the earlier ones, the amount you invested in them, more worth it. Possibly a teleport of some sort to like really shortcut the early ones would be a good addition. More dashes. Obviously, it said +1 dash. This one says +1 midair jump. So it seems like they are intending for you to get multiples of those. Go ahead and grab that. And now we go down. We're going to start with... There's not one off the very bottom. I think there is one. Yeah, there's one down here. Isn't there? Or is it? No, it's one more up. That's our super fast one. Speaking of which, we could probably boost the speed on that. Now that we have double jump. There you go. Slightly improved. I think we get that down to 2.5. Not going to bother with it right now. So nothing there. I think our next one is up above that, but we can speed up that one. That's now getting a lot more income. We've got this. This is the one I was thinking of. So we've got like these weird little symbols on those. So we want to go this way. I already borked that up. Okay, so we want to slide along this wall. We want to go left. Into that. Grab this. And then we don't want to use our dash yet. Although we might be able to just get away with it. If I can actually land that one, that would be good. Yeah, I do see this being perfectly viable. If I can stop being a dumbass, jeez. Wow, it's like... I don't know if it is just the size of those or if I'm just being an idiot. Can we actually dash again after we've touched the wall? I don't know where I can actually test that. Ah, I almost had it. I got cowardly right there at the last second. I was like, no, I should probably go back and hop under the spikes. No. And that was me accidentally double jumping because my muscle in my thumb twitched. One reason why I don't play like super twitch heavy games. It's going to just be mild frustration. It's fine. Ta-da! Now we got this one. There's one. I still don't know what this is going to be. The little flux capacitors. That did boost our income quite a bit. Got another one over here off the wall, I believe. Oh, we have one in here and one off the wall. There's our second one. And then we have the one up here. 8% increase size chance? So maybe that is a feature we haven't seen yet. Okay. So that is all of our improvements there. We have terawatts, so we're going to be able to max this out whenever we get up here. Let's get max clones first. Wow, that was quick. How many hops do I have to do here? Jesus. There we go. Okay, can we actually get the double jump working for us here? Okay, we do actually get a refresh on it. I just don't know when. Could obviously get way better times, but that's still better than what we had. That's going to boost our income quite a bit. Let's see what's up here. Do we have more hidden paths with more boosts on them is another question. What? How am I supposed to get across this one? Oh, just get good, scrub. So, is that... Those do kill us. Okay. So what is this path? So we want to go across there. And I don't want to use my double jump there. Although we do kind of have... We do refresh it at some point. I had that. Okay, so we have this. Oh, we got boingies. So I'm assuming that's a boingy. Spring! Yes, it is a spring. Okay, so there's our landing spot. Yeah, there is definitely going to be something that gets rid of blue platforms. Oh, complete the demo. That is petawatts. Okay, so we got a whole thing here. This is going to go badly. I do wonder... It feels like there's going to be something up there. Go and grab a clone. Base rewards, sure. Just more. We get 3.15 terawatts for getting through this. Okay, so the fastest way is going to be up through the blue. And I think... we want onto that. How did that work, game? I'm not worried about it being fast right now. I'm just... We are landing on the spring and the spike at the same time, game. Okay, so it is just a death void there. So you really have to be, like, on center on this one. Okay, so that one right there is a trap. It pushes you with so much force that you can't even, like, steer back out of it. If you're wondering why I keep getting shuttled into it. Nah, you fucker. How am I supposed to get around that one? The second jump is not big enough to get up around it. Yeah, it's not enough to get up around it. Yeah, and if you try and go that way, you just get shoved into it as well. I actually do not know how to get around that one. Maybe I'm just not pressing my jump button hard enough, but at the same time... yeah, the second jump there is not enough to get... Oh, it is barely. Bite me, game. Okay, so we landed there. Oh, I didn't even see the springs there. Okay, do I just double jump again here? I guess so. Okay, so that got us through there. This... Okay, so we can land there. That gets us onto that. How am I supposed to get across this little ugly bugger? Oof. Okay, so that one is... That one was my bad. It gets there. It took me almost 200 seconds to get through that. Let's go with... I'm going to get another clone multiplier or two, just so each run's actually worth something. Can we actually get through that faster? Probably your blind grandmother could get through that faster. Because we spent so much time on this part, especially, just learning the pattern. We get up here. We go left. We cheese that crap. Okay, so that works on there. That one was a little bit short. Nope. Fuck. I hate the screen transition on this one. Because I feel like I need to be running that way to be able to get our jump speed far enough. Wow. Apparently, I did a double jump there. We're going to go and land there. This is dash like that, then double jump, get to that. There we go. Much better. Under a minute. Much, much, much better. So we need 1.2 petawatts to actually get through this. It looks like we eventually would get, instead of complete the demo, I think we would eventually get just a different jump option there. Now I'm going to explore this way. Grab you. While that's running over there, we're checking stuff over here. Okay, so this is just back the way we came. We don't really have a way to get up on that other side that I know of. And getting back over here sucks. I'm not sure if I really want to be going back. Okay, so we got another reward there. I think we're going to go for more clone multipliers and more clones. Clone size, I am guessing, is resources per. If I had to take a wild guess. It's not going to show us per second resources, unfortunately, so I don't think there's any way for us to know for sure. But considering we could see features of them going faster, I do think we will see features of them being bigger. In fact, I'd be more bothered if we didn't see features of them getting bigger, because bigger is actually just a real easy implementation. Although, that would also make it harder to get through courses. But yeah, boost all previous courses is probably the big one that puts us up to the point where we can complete the demo. I am going to go get myself a refreshed cup of coffee, and I will be right back. Okay, plans changed just slightly. We have a little bit more than I anticipated we would, because I went to get a cup of coffee and ended up coming back with a chicken cutlet and some mashed potatoes. Tasty. And a little bit of gravy. So we were gone a few minutes longer. Not much, because I didn't have to cook it. But, haha, that's always the best seasoning. Let's go ahead and get, maximum clone size tier global. I think we get 2 in that. We already have the reward multiplier at 0.8 from that. Jeez. I'm going to get myself a handful of clones. Just to get more resources going through there. Obviously, it's going to take a while. Excuse me, for that to pay for itself. But was that a big clone that just popped through there? Let's go increase the base reward multiplier a few times. So each one that goes through should earn us terawatts. So whenever we see one land, yeah, it's going to be enough to actually improve some of this stuff. I'm going to go ahead and get that as well, because we definitely need the speed boost, because I'm not fast at this one yet. There'd be a big fast guy. Okay. So in a minute, we should be able to see him come back. I think we will wait for that. I am recording, right? Yes, I am. Okay. Thank God. I just looked over there like, is the little red light? The red light is on, thank goodness. Goodness gracious. So we should see him popping up relatively soon. We're looking for big guy with sparkles to pop up in the top right. There's a little guy with sparkles. There was another little guy with sparkles. Where are you at? Did I overlook you and not see how much you gave us? There's a little guy with sparkles. I'll give it like 30 seconds. There he is. Hi, guy. 61 to 76. Yeah, it definitely gives us more resources. Okay. So clone size is a big one. So we're going to go for that. Is that, I think, essentially doubles our income from the guy whenever he goes through. So like 45% chance seems like a good thing to grab. So almost 1 and 2 on that. Go ahead and boost this. So yeah, each of the big ones should give us significantly more money per second than the little ones. Even the little fast ones aren't going to give us more, because even though they're going through faster, probably about like 40 seconds, it's not going to be anything compared to double our income from that. That might even be more than double. So now we have 50%. So half of them should be big. And some of those will be fast. Although the big one, I think, gets slowed down a little bit, because it feels like it floats. So maybe we need big one and speedy one. So let's grab some of that, and we'll grab some more base reward. But yeah, it feels like they get a multiplier on them. So the ideal one is going to be a green sparkle large. And we should almost have enough for a 14 another clone. So that puts us up to 15. There we go. Yeah, it looks like it's moving normal speed whenever it gets the silver sparkles. So if it gets green sparkles, it's going to be going fast. Let's go. We'll go for more speeds. We need petawatts to get this anyway, to be able to get that going. So yeah, by the way, what was probably second for you guys was about 10 minutes for me. So if you're wondering how much we accumulated over that amount of time. whenever we took the break 5 minutes ago. I'm going to go for... We're going to get both of those up to 50%. So like half of everything is just going to be full speed big guys. Actually, it'd probably be about a quarter is going to be full speed big guys. Because we only have the 25%. I mean, 50% on each. So you'd have half of each group theoretically being on that. So when we have a big guy land in there, that should get us the 99s. Ta-da! Bonk. So now we have 50% chance of both. So half of each group, roughly. Obviously, statistically, it's going to get weirder than that, but because we're talking percents of percents. Oh, hey, he's as fast as a silver little. He's going to get through relatively quick. So I do think, now that we have this going for us, I think we go for more clones and more base reward. I don't think we really worry about the multiplier. Wouldn't mind getting it up to 1 times, but as it stands with the big boys, it do get us plenty of resources. I do wonder what this one's cap is going to be, because I think we got a multiplier that applies to everything already. So that boosted everything across the board. Oh, 60% is not the limit. Is it going to be 75%? I think we just want more guys, because these are going to be relatively cheap compared to getting a lot of this stuff up. Of course, this is only 85 versus 57. Yeah, I don't think I care about the base reward very much just yet. It does work into the multiplication formula, but I think we're going for this one next. One of these two. Let's keep bonking our heads until... Get that one. Now we get this. We're almost at the point where we are going to be able to get this off of one big guy. Actually, I think... No, we can definitely get this off of one big guy. We might be able to get this off of one big guy. If we can get the clone multiplier up high enough. I don't want to waste it on that just yet. I'm pretty sure I just want more clones. Because we want... We're not going to be able to get one through each second. Not with how kind of mediocre I am at platforming, but if we can get one through every 2 seconds, I'll be somewhat happy. And more clones, more chances of them being big, more chances of them getting us way more than our even listed reward. Because it's more than 11 terawatts that we're getting from each of the big guys. I need to look and see. Is it going to be 3 times? Here, let's grab that. Okay, so we're at 47.6, 57.7. Okay, so that's going to be 68. We're waiting for a big one is what we're looking for. 78.2. 88.4. 108.7. 118. Basically 119. Where's our big guys at? 129. 139. I just need a big guy to finish the run. But all we're seeing is the little ones get to the finish line. 159. Come on, give me a big guy. Give me a swole man. There he is. 159 up to 190. So yeah, it's like 30 terawatts for that. I'm gonna go that. Make them be able to get even bigger. Holy crap. Lord, you large. So that guy's probably going to be worth, I'm guessing, at least 60, if not 90. Because the normal large is worth 30. And that's before we've gotten some of these base rewards up. I'm waiting to see big go through. He's going to take a while to get there. He's going to be probably, I'm guessing, close to 2 minutes. But if we can get a big to have speed, oh, there's another one. So we got 2 of those guys in the puzzle that I've seen, probably even more. There's a third. So we're seeing large. What else do we have going through? 22. Kind of just looking for the next really big to land through it. Yeah, we haven't had a really big in a minute. There's some of the smalls. 197. Where is our next, like, super big gonna come through? Can they even finish this course? That would be an interesting thing if they had it where the super bigs just couldn't finish the course because they can't get past all of the spikes. Or because they move too slow and end up landing on spikes. There's our super big. And not as much of a boost as I thought it was going to be. It's fine. Let's go and get that going. Yeah, we have 3 sizes of units. And they're doing fine. It's just not massive. We're up to 25 clones. At 30 clones, we will be going through 2 per second. I mean, 1 per 2 seconds, sorry. Brain, extremely good. Let's go back out of that. And they do get us a decent amount. Obviously, we could sit here and wait for just a very little bit and get up to this to boost all previous courses, which is mildly tempting right now. You know what? We'll do a run through. And probably do horrible at it. Just to burn time until we get to that. What? Why did I not double jump there? This one's not going to be faster. But it is going to get us to that petawatt. No. And that used up our double jump, by the way. Because we jumped just after the thing. Okay, so this one... goes down there. That got us enough to the 1 point whatever petawatts. So we boost all previous courses. Okay, that is a significant boost. Okie dokie. Let's go ahead and get the clone reward multipliers up. Let's get clones going so we can get up to that 9999999 as fast as possible. Wow, it is hard to spend this many resources. So we're boosting our income significantly, while at the same time being hard limited on how much we can spend. So 75% chance on each of those. There's 42 clones. Are we going to be able to get up to 59 clones on this? 1.3 times on each of these. I really am kind of tempted to go down there and see what those are at before I come back up here and look at this. And I also kind of want to see if there is an alternate path on that left that we could get another boost from. Because I don't think there is another way for us to go up here. Because I think we would need triple jump to get up past those. I will try a couple times, but I literally don't think we can do it with the skills that are currently available. Okay, we'll grab this. maximize our clones while we are doing the hoppy experiments. Nope. There is no way I can get that. That was as high of a freaking jump as I could get off of that. Okay, so that's just going to keep running, getting us towards 999. And I think over here... yeah, we can get back through that spot. It's not going to be easy, but we can. Yeah, I don't think there is a way for us to get up there. Oh, we can actually get more of this stuff, at least. So cap those out. You have boosted all courses. Congratulations. Oh yeah, we wanted to try getting up over the blue areas down there, didn't we? So we are getting plenty of resources there. Always just trying to find ways to break the games. Yes. That is how we roll. Ta-da! What? 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 This is a bonus area. You cannot swap the polarity of spikes in this demo, though maybe there's a way to play the level regardless. Interesting. So we can't swap the polarity of spikes. No way to get through that. This is probably a death void. That is a death void. Aw. Let's see. I think it might be going backwards through this. That is very precise jumping. This is Path of Pain nonsense. Okay, so we can actually get up in there. The question is, can we initiate... oh, Jesus. I don't know why it's shoving me so hard off of that wall. I am not pushing in that direction. It just like every now and then the direction is just brutally pushed that way. That is not what I'm doing, game. Fuck right off. But yeah, that just leads me to believe that yes, it is going to be possible to turn off the blue. Fucking hell. That's actually starting to hurt my thumb having to do this part. I'm going to be mildly irritated if there isn't a way to actually do this. Oh, come on. Stop shoving me so hard in that direction. It doesn't matter what direction I'm actually pushing on the arrows, by the way. I am literally pushing into this side, and just sometimes it just doesn't recognize that. Yeah, I was pushing to the right during that, and there was just nothing I could do about it. If it wasn't for this initial having to jump up that to get in here, I wouldn't get quite as tilted about it, but that is a very annoying jump to do. Okay, I'm just trying to figure out the way through that. Okay, so we've gotten there. Nothing we can do with that. Let's see, can I... I can get to there. I am trying to see if there's a weird way through this. Okay, so that is up to there. Okay, so we have that as a landing. That... Oh, we can't actually jump up high enough to get on... Oh, yeah, we can. Huzzah. So we got that. Question becomes... So there's nothing out that way. So we can go backwards through it. I don't think we can actually jump up high enough to get onto that. Because that is what we would need to do to get the loop. But we can't quite touch that corner there. Unless... Nope, that doesn't reset it. Trying to think. We played the level backwards, but we can't quite get up high enough to touch that. It is really expensive to get any of these, unfortunately. But yeah, I don't think it is actually physically possible to get up to that. It almost feels like they've actually moved the collision up even higher than it actually is, because we are clipping our head into it rather than touching it, like significantly in there. Although our head does kind of go into those too. Yeah, we've gone backwards through that course at least. So I guess we should go just beat the game. That's a shame. Kind of wish they would have made that bonus area actually doable. Or even just like, maybe just glitchably doable. Unfortunately, all we were able to do is go backwards through it. So there's not much I can do. If they would have like made it so you could actually get a third jump there, that would be kind of cool. As a way to essentially have you... Let's go ahead and just jump up this way. Basically, as a way to kind of tease what's going to be in the full game. Okay, so we want to go, I believe, up from here. Yeah, I would have loved to at least be able to try that one. I don't think it should have been included if you couldn't have actually done anything with it. So, what else do we have options for? We can't turn those off, so there's no way up to the left. Obviously, you could just, like, edit the game, but that's outside the spirit of playthrough like this. Because, yeah, you could just edit the game files and make it, you know, possible. Did I really did waste a second jump on that? And yeah, that would be a reverse polarity to go down there. Obviously, we can complete the demo. Also want to just get that capped out because we can. So let's go ahead and complete it. Nothing I can really do with that one on the left unless I really just want to wait for this to get up to an ungodly amount. That would probably take a couple hours, but we're going to complete the demo. Pictures of cats. And with that, we have defeated an incremental game that is also a platformer. Hopefully, I can get a hold of a press key on the actual release, because I would like to try some of those other levels. I like Metroidvanias, and this kind of scratches a mix of the Metroidvania and incremental itch for me, so I'm looking forward to it. But until next time, this has been Alzorath.